Welcome to Report Vikings. If you're a Minnesota fan and always keep up to date with the latest news about the Vikings, then you're in the right place. Here, you'll stay up to date with everything that's going on with our team. Today, we have a ton of hot news for you. Will JJ McCarthy go to the Raiders? Should the Vikings bet on Jimmy Garoppolo? And what about Sam Darnold's future? You can check out this and other news now on our channel. If you're not a subscriber yet, don't waste any more time. Subscribe to Report Vikings and activate the bell so you don't miss any updates about our team. Let's go. Fire Vikings could solve annual problem with a big trade. Fire. Hey, Purple fans. Every year we ask ourselves, when will the Vikings finally solve their defense? Well, it seems like a possible trade could finally solve this problem. Eyes Purple Heart American football. Since Mike Zimmer's departure, through Ed Donatell's brief and forgettable time, to Brian Flores' arrival, the Vikings' defense has been on a real roller coaster. But Flores has already shown that, with the right pieces, he can turn this team into a wall. Stop sign fire. And guess what? Bleacher Report suggested a big name to reinforce the defense. DeForest Buckner from the Indianapolis Colts. Man lifting weights flex biceps. Pushpin trade proposal. Right arrow Vikings receive. White heavy checkmark DL DeForest Buckner. White heavy checkmark 5th round pick 152nd. White heavy checkmark 6th round pick 191st. Right arrow Colts receive. White heavy checkmark 3rd round pick 97th. White heavy checkmark 5th round pick 161st. American football, why would this make sense for the Vikings? The defense has improved a lot under Flores, finishing as the 5th best in the NFL in points allowed. But they're missing that inside pass rusher to terrorize opposing QBs. Smiling face with horns dashing away. Buckner, with his 67.5 career sacks, would fit like a glove on this defensive line. The guy is a monster in the middle of the defense and is a 3x Pro Bowler. Even at 30 years old, he is still playing at a high level and could be the final piece to transform this defense into the best in the league. Face with steam from Nose Purple Heart. Money bag in the salary cap. The Vikings have room to fit Buckner's contract, while the Colts would save $12.2 million by trading him. Sounds good for both sides, huh? Eyes now the burning question. Would you make this trade? Would Buckner be the missing piece for the Vikings to get back to the top? Leave your opinion in the comments. Bomb on the Vikings. JJ McCarthy leaving for the Raiders? Police Scarlight. Skull Nation. Hold on to this. The Vikings have a huge dilemma on the table. Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy, or both. Eyes American football. It appears the conversation about McCarthy's future in Minnesota is heating up. The young QB wants a fair opportunity in 2025. But if the Vikings really want to lock Darnold up on a long-term contract, does it make sense to let McCarthy languish on the bench? Or would it be better to trade it now while the market value is still high? Thinking face. And guess who might be keeping an eye on him? The Las Vegas Raiders. Slot machine money bag with Tom Brady on the sidelines and his ties to Michigan. Can the GO provide the leverage to bring McCarthy to the desert? Cactus Fire. The question is, should the Vikings take a chance and hold on to JJ longer? Or trade now and secure a good compensation? Plus, would the Raiders really give up the 6th overall pick for him? Flushed face. Leave your opinion in the comments. Should the Vikings take a chance on McCarthy or stick with Darnold? Vikings ready to replace Darnold with Super Bowl winning QB. Police Scarlight. Hey there, Skull Nation. Let's take a look at the future of our QB position. Thinking face Purple Heart, the Vikings may be ready to make a big change. And the forecast is none other than the arrival of Jimmy Garoppolo, the 2-time Super Bowl winning QB. Trophy Fire. The prediction coming from CBS Cody Benjamin suggests that Garoppolo, who recently signed a 1-year, $3,178,750 contract with the Los Angeles Rams, could be Minnesota's next signal caller. Eyes in the idea. He would serve as a transitional quarterback until young JJ McCarthy was ready to shine. Glowing star. High voltage Garoppolo at a bargain price. If you're thinking, but isn't Garoppolo more expensive than Darnold? The answer is yes and no. He comes in at a lower price than Darnold, which could be a smart move for the Vikings. Already experienced under pressure with the San Francisco 49ers, Garoppolo could bring similar production to Darnold if the two parties go their separate ways. Counterclockwise arrows button. American football and what happens to Darnold? The question is, will Sam Darnold return in the year 2025? After a flawless season with 4,319 yards and 35 touchdowns, he helped the Vikings to a 14-3 record, second only to the Lions. But after a disappointing playoff game against the Rams, the Vikings need to decide whether to stick with him or move on. Lightbulb Darnold versus Garoppolo. Who would be the right choice? If Minnesota decides to move on, Garoppolo could be an experienced and reliable choice, with the added bonus of being cheaper. In 2023, he had a pass rating of 102.5, and if the Vikings sign him, he could be the interim leader until McCarthy is ready to take the reins. Fire! And you, Purple fan, what do you think of this change? Is Garoppolo the QB we need moving forward? Or should we gamble on a new contract with Darnold? Leave your opinion in the comments.